go cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now or let this ride? Every signal talks like it knows me. Every move could crown me or ghost me. I'm tracing the arc in my mind, chasing the shape I can't find. Hey, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, spin that doubt, round and round. Hear that hush in the crowd. Is it just a twist or the start of a run? I'm lost in the gust, but it feels like fun. Oh yeah. Turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Oh.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So excited to be with you guys. Got so much cool stuff to show you today. Trading going pretty good. Lots of stuff to discuss. Lots of stuff on the books. I'm going to let everybody roll into the room. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Vibe check, screen check, mic check. All good. Give me a thumbs up if everything is visible and clear. I got a lot of really cool things I want to show you. Trading going pretty well. We hit 26 on all three accounts. Then I hit 25.7 in this one, 25.5. So basically going by $100. The only one I have left is I need to take this one to 25.4, which I don't think I'm going to do on stream today because I kind of want to trade. I want to do something today on stream that's super interesting that I stole from Vince Cohn, who is basically now he's not the president, but he's basically the operational guy in Apex. He's the guy that runs everything in Apex. And the reason why this is so interesting is because Vince was literally their first $1 million payout winner. And so when we were at Big Daddy's show in Miami, I had a chance to kind of just, sit and hang with him and talk to him. And he explained to me exactly his style of trading, which honestly was impossible for me to even consider, right? And actually it's probably going to be impossible for many of you to consider. because his style of trading was get into a trade. If you're ahead, press it. If you're behind, get out. Like his whole thing was, I'm happy to have 100 scratches or 100 small losses in a day before I catch a big runner, right? Which is very, very difficult for most of us to do. You know, we I think psychologically have a hard time, first of all, adding to winners and then, you know, scratching out of trades and so on and so forth. Until I realized that we have the perfect, literally the perfect method for doing this. And I actually did this like all last night long. That's how I ran the other two accounts up. That is so risk positive, I guess is the right word that you could think about. That it you know, I think it's going to blow your mind. And it all goes back to actually what Sandy has been doing, to what astrology's been doing. And I kind of took, you know, their ideas, and I realized, oh my God, there is such an interesting opportunity there. So let me show you what I mean. You know, everybody in the room knows white dot, green dot, right? Like right over here. Early buy, confirm buy is a very, very good setup, right? I mean, Sandy trades this all the time. Astrologer, I think, trades it all the time. A lot of you guys trade it all the time. Let me see, what the hell is my thing? Oh, here we go. White dot, green dot, white dot, green dot combo, right? We love to take that. I think Sandy said it's a 70% hittable target, meaning that, you know, it succeeds 70% of the time. Maybe over here you actually have a couple of failures here. You have a failure here. Well, this is a very big. Actually, within my strategy, this would all totally work. But you have a failure here. You have a failure here because, you know, we're underneath the London DOB ORBs. This is the London ORB that I have painted over here, which is the high, the mid, the low. We're actually trading underneath it, so trying to come back up around it definitely going to be a challenge. Was definitely a challenge. But just play with me. The idea is red dot, white dot, green dot is a structure we all know and love. Just as purple dot, red dot is a structure we all know and love, right? So consider the following scalping idea, right? Saber says he loves it. Who's in the room, by the way? Is Sandy in the room? Is astrologer in the room? Hi, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Newbies. If you want to know what we do, how we trade, here is the link. I'm going to put the link in here. Hang on a second. Shit. Bookmark this link. Bookmark it. You will be very grateful. Because first of all, it updates all the time. Secondly, there's 1,000 things on there that you can't find anywhere else that are incredibly valuable if you're a prop trader. Just totally free giveaways. So bookmark this link if you're a newbie. Do me two favors. If you're a newbie, bookmark the link, subscribe to the channel. That's all I'm asking you. Anyways, everybody knows we love to trade white guide data. So let me do the long structure, and then I'll show you the short structure. So what if we did the following idea? Just bear with me. Instead of waiting white dot, green dot, we take the white dot. We get long one white dot. The stop is right underneath. Like, you know, it either works or it doesn't. If it doesn't work, we're out for -5, -10. Who gives a fuck? It's -10 on a one lot, right? We're out. If you get the green dot, you add the second unit on the green dot. Now your stop still stays underneath the white dot, but your break even is your target now is actually shorter because you're using the target from the first white dot, not the second. So in mathematics, basically, on a general level, it kind of works out like this. You get into a white dot, the general stop is -10, right? You get into a white dot, green dot, it works. It's +25, right? So all of a sudden, you're now like massively R positive without doing anything different, right? We were a little bit negative, R negative. We were 30 forward, 40 back in just a straight one single trade structure, right? This flips it over. Now, yes, you're never going to be, we were like 75% win. You're going to be lucky to be 65% win. But at 65% win, you are so R positive. You know, one of those white dot, green dot trades goes your way on a 2-lot, you make up 3 losses in a row, you know, easily. And if you're even if you're 50-50, you are so massively R positive that it's huge. And it's also very, very easy. And it's also really, really cool. Now, I'm not saying we do this instead of. I'm just saying it's a completely new way of, it's in addition to trading the A2s, in addition to trading the ORB trades, this is just another strategy to do. And it's a really cool one. And it's a really great one for a lot of people who absolutely hate trading negative R's, right? And it works. I mean, it is fucking awesome. We're scaling up, but in such a dots structure way that it's very natural for us. Like, it's not difficult to scale up in that structure because you can trust the account, right? You can trust the structure when you're in that sense. So I kind of I wanted to share that with you as an idea. And then the other idea that's really, really good is the ORB trade, both in the zone and out of zone. And let me show you how I use dots in the ORB trade. So price comes back into the ORB zone, right? This is the ORB zone. Price is coming back now, right? This is not the trade for me. The trade will be if I get a second candle somewhere along the line. We stay in the ORB zone and I get a dot candle. If I get a green dot candle somewhere in the ORB zone, that gives me confidence that we're now moving up, that we are actually taking, we're probably, we're going to try to run to mid or somewhere, somewhere along the line. It's very, very cool to be able to use dots within the ORB structure. Like, for example, right now, we're in ORB, out of ORB, in ORB, out of ORB. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. No trade, no signal, no nothing. But we have a incredibly clean quantitative way to determine whether this is a true ORB run or just another bullshit test where it falls back out. And similarly, same idea of like when we break the ORB, right? We break the ORB, right? We break the ORB here. This one actually doesn't work because no, actually it does work. I take it back. You break the ORB over here. Here's the magnifying glass. So here's the ORB. This candle essentially effectively breaks the ORB. It's good enough. It's we're coming down, break the ORB, right? You wait. You get a red dot, great. Now you short. Now you have confirmation that you're down in the ORB. So now I'm just trying to trade the other way. I'm trying to see, can they hold it back up, give me a red dot, then I'm going to fuel it up to go up the other way around. So so opening range breakout, right? So ORB is the opening range breakout. So that's a very, very, very common concept in prop trading, but we have completely reinvented it within our dots ideology or our dots structure. Okay, so here's a good example. We tested the ORB. I'm going to show you how I'm going to trade the ORB right now. We tested the ORB. We failed. We failed at the zone. Now I'm getting a red dot. This red dot stays in place. We close down. I'm shorting this thing. I'm going to trade the evals, the 88 and 91 evals with you guys all through the session today, just because, I want to do a lot of experimental trades. This will be a good way for us to do a lot of experimental trades. But we're going to do those. We're going to do, I don't even know what I want to call it, the Vince pile-on trade, which I absolutely love, the red dot, green dot, structure trade. We need a good name for that. I got to ask Vince what his nickname was in high school. Maybe we'll name the trade after him. And then the final thing that I want to show you is, and again, you guys don't have it yet because I'm going to release all this tomorrow on the F16 version, is because what I want to do is here we go. So, all right. So we're out of, we're down in the ORB. This is a straight up 30 forward, 40 back. So 15 point target, 20 point stop. See if the failure to break the ORB is going to work for us right now as a trade, right? Yeah. Oh, astrology. You just reminded me. Today is coaching night. So everybody, be sure. I'm going to take this right now because it's like We're 15 minutes to the open. So nice. Opening range, opening trade on this one, and actually would have hit target. Very good. Well, the asteroid is basically the ORB. These lines. This is the ORB indicator, which nobody has yet because it's experimental. That's using astrologers' basic concepts of how we demarcate the ORB, with one addition that I'm using very specific time zones. I'm boxing 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock London as the London ORB. I'm boxing 9:30 to 10:30 as the New York ORB, right? But so the other thing I was going to tell you guys is the final thing, and this can be a little deceptive. Like right now, this is a little deceptive. This is the moving average separator indicator. The VWAP and the 8 SMA are super close. So presumably this is telling us that we shouldn't be trading. And you have to, obviously, this is the thing, you have to have context. It's actually quite inverted. It's probably going to separate quite a lot very soon. But generally, this is a very good indicator to tell you when we're in decent trend. We're breaking session lows here. Really, that trade really worked well. That was actually both an ORB break trade and an A2 trade and all the other stuff. And now we, the third type of trade that we have is breaking session lows on a red dot. Another good trade. Let's just do this. Why not? What the fuck? Let's just have fun with this. I'm going to put myself really tight here. See if I can make this go. If it retraces, it retraces. I'm not going to cry about it. This is my least favorite trade because I really hate selling the lows or buying the highs. But very often that's a trade that really works. It's like my castor oil pill trade. I hate eating it, but it's good for me. There we go. Come on. Hit it. Ugh. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Out. Come on, I'm getting out. Fuck that. All right, we're getting out. Not a lot more to mention. These ranges they're not auto-generated. They are generated by settings, but they're once you create the settings, I have everything in the ORB is you can define the colors, you can define the line sizes, but you can define the start times for the ORBs and everything else. Yes, so it's all that. So for example, New York session is 9. You have to use Chicago time because we're the exchange time is Chicago time. So Chicago time is 8:30 to this is session. There's two things you need to define. You need to define this, how long is the session, which is 9:30 to actually this should be 1500 hours Chicago. And then you have to define the ORB box. And the ORB box is 9:30 to 10 o'clock New York or 8:30 to 9 o'clock Chicago. You'll see that happening in when we go to market open. But honestly, guys, the thing I'm most excited about to show you is the white dot, green dot, purple dot, red dot, double pylon trade. The Vince pylon trade. I think Vince is going to appreciate it if I call it the Vince pylon trade. I think I'm going to email him and say, hey, we invented a new setup. We're going to call it Vince pylon. What do you think about that? He'll probably Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Who's new in the room here? Come say hello to me. See what we're doing. We do lots and lots of trades in this room, so there's never a boring moment. We're not the type of trading room where we have Hamlet-like angst over our setups. We try and do a setup every 5 minutes, and so you'll see what we do here, which is very different from most other trading rooms. Hello, A1, B2, C3, D4, F5. Holy shit. Sunday the Trader. I like your handle. Again, newbies. Here's the link for you guys. This is the basic foundation plus lots of free tools that I have in there for you. So enjoy. I really can't trade. We got 10 minutes to go. I really can't. I mean, much as I want to, I can't really trade. But you see, by the way, here it is. Look at the moving average separation. We're now 10 basis points wide. That's pretty much range. That's pretty much trend-based territory. Again, like I said, this indicator, you gotta. Everything is contextual, right? Even though it was flashing you red, you knew those were good trades because this was really a periodically type thing. Now, when you're like in Asia and it's totally dead, like maybe somewhere around here, over here, clearly this was let's go to the replay mode. All right, so this is 17 basis points here. What happens here? You see, it goes to 4 basis points, no trades, no fucking trades. It goes right away into tight territory, no trades, right? So you go here, no trades, no trades. Every signal is a fake out. Every signal is a fake out. No trades, no trades, no trades. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. No trades, no trades, no trades. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Every signal is a fake out. Boom. Finally, we're getting into the 10 basis points. And now we're also, again, just bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Most of these trades were kind of bullshit if you're just taking the A2 trades. But you would ignore this if you're taking white dot, green dot, because that's completely absent the necessity of having trend, because we're not really looking for continuation. We're just looking to probative, confirmatory, different structure, different idea. But you see the idea. You get the idea of like how you can use the separator to just not trade the A2s. Don't play the A2s in any way, shape, or form. A2s are absolutely, like right now, A2 is stellar, right? If it wasn't market open, this would be a good 6 seconds left. I would take this A2 on a regular structure market. Boom, we're in at like 64. Stop is 84, target is 50, right? That's a very decent looking trend-based structure, right? But it's before market, so it's just it's full of fake out modes. How do you have the setup? I'm sorry, what do you mean? How do you get the setup? It's not. I'm going to release the 16-1 tomorrow to everybody who's got the coaching pack. Actually, if you're in coaching tonight, by tonight I'll release it to you guys. So that's another incentive for everybody to come into coaching. And to those of you who want to join my coaching, here's the link. It's the only way you're going to get this indicator and be able to truly trade this. So here's my coaching. Shameless plug, self-protection. See it? Look at that. Look how nice that. I want to tell you, we were short 64s down to 50s. Boom, we're done, right? Had this not been, hang on a second, guys. The dog is begging. Hang on, I'll be back. Dog is annoying me. Come on. Good girl. All right, go back. All right, I'm back. You see how clean and easy that trade was? Super easy, clean, 17 basis points, nice wide range, generation. All of that just feeding us really, really good information on, what you want to do. Now we have the white dot. Okay, I'm absolutely going to be sorry for this, but it's going to be eval account, so I really don't care. I really want to show you the white dot, green dot. So unfortunately, I don't have it right now, so no trade. Somebody who's got, a scintilla of creativity, give me a good name for the white dot, green dot, double pylon. What can we call that things? No, the wealth charts are not updated like this. But the cool thing about the white dot, green dot is you can trade the wealth charts the exact same way. You can trade the A2s the exact same way. You won't be able to get any of this other stuff Guys, I write for TradingView. Wealth charts is always a compliment, and I think I've exhausted Rob and his goodwill. So we're not gonna update wealth charts for a while. You have like 90% of the functionality of the wealth charts. You put the TradingView and wealth charts together, and you can trade anything you want. Okay, so let's go this. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to show you what I want to do. Here's London session finished. So now I have white dot, 1 unit, right? If this green dot holds, I'm going to add a second unit, and we're going to just trade 2 units into this trade structure. 42 seconds left. If it doesn't hold, I don't do anything. I just simply stay underneath the candle. This would be my stop right over here. So green dot holds, unholds, holds, unholds. 21 seconds left. Nine seconds left. 3 seconds left. 2, 1, boom. 2 units. Now I'm going right here to the target. I'm coming down here to the stop. Let's see if this trade works. Now this is in front of 4 minutes before the market opened. Very stupid, but I'm doing this in the eval account, so I don't care. Still small size for me. You know what? I need to be just, where's this thing? Okay. Boom. There we go. Just equal order. Three minutes to the open. Oh, the current setup dots without the orb, yeah. Yes, that's all. That's all totally within the structure that you guys have. What I'm trying to do, like what I want to do on the F16, is I'm going to issue an update that's going to have all the defaults the way I traded with you guys in the morning. So like basically all you got to do is just drop the chart on, and it will have every single box. There's like 50 boxes in there that have to be configured, and they're all going to be configured into this one template. So you don't have to, reconfigure different things. You can of course modify anything you like to your own taste, but at least when I drop that 16, it's just a matter of like, I have to go through the program and we have to configure every single original configuration, the default configuration, to look exactly like, I'm going to kill the ORB. So it would look like this, it would look really, really clean like this, with a big size, with the A2s, with everything properly, configured. Looks like I'm going to die. This white dot, green dot trade ain't doing it, but that's fine. We knew there was going to be a risk in front of. This is why we never trade in front of the open, because it's always going to be an unwind. That's fine. We'll eat this little, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to trade this with you, during regular market hours. By the way, the reverse happened. Purple dot, red dot. You would have added, to this thing. Let's say in a separate account, you could have added that. But we're not going to straddle the thing, 1 minute before the open, when it's just going to completely rip us out. There's going to be plenty of opportunities here to trade the white dot, green dot or a purple dot, red dot in a directional mode. That's the beauty of scalping with dots. You're going to have 10 opportunities to correct whatever mistake occurred. All right, we are 30 seconds from the open. Let's see what it wants to do. slow opening. Very slow opening. Very little range on the opening. All right, another white dot. Let's see if we get the white dot green dot. 45 seconds left. Let's see if this holds. New York opening up. You can see the New York session. "22 seconds left." Very range bound, ugly trade. Nothing much. New York session lows over here. These are London session lows, New York session lows, red dot on the lows. 24 seconds, 23 seconds left. If this holds like this, we're going to take the short. Yeah, I was going to say, come to coaching today because I am going to release the new version of my coaching, but also I have a really interesting, strategy to share with you on coaching. This is a big candle, so there's always a risk of retrace on this. This is just inevitable. Whenever you try to sell the lows, it could stop you out before it goes down. So we fully understand that. I got stopped out on the run. I'm just bleeding this. Now here comes the second interesting setup here. So let's see. You know what? Hang on a second. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart this trade here against the high of this purple. The idea being, oh shit, I'm actually gonna make money on this. Fuck. All right. I didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do was to do purple dot red dot combo, but it made money too fast. Okay, you know what? Let's see if we can do this again. Okay. Shit. Okay, so here I am. If I get I can't even get the red dot because red dot's going to be up here. Never mind. All right, this is going to go the other way. Okay. All right, let's go the other way. Let's have fun the other way. Looks like they tested London low, tapped it, boom, boom, boom. Very, very, very sloppy little open on the open here. But if I get a white dot here, I'm going to try and do that white dot, green dot structure here. Oh, cool. Guys, Kathy just posted to me, Apex just extended its sale. Okay, let's go. Bye. Okay, this should be underneath here. Shit, this is gonna hit target. I'm not even. All right, never mind. All right, so I can't even add to the position. We just we made all the money back here, hitting target. Okay, be that as it may. And these high volatility things, you can't, you don't even get a chance to add to the position. But what we can do if you guys want to do this? Nah, I don't want to extend this. So now we have an A2 trade, which is just a regular A2 trade. And New York session highs over here. So let's see See if we want to run the session highs again. Could retrace on me because I'm using a very tight stop. Yeah, and I'm getting retraced. Fuck. Now I should really, the worst trades is buying the highs, selling the lows. It's the ones I'm at the beginning of the session. It's always huge amount of sucker bets in the first half hour, and I'm always getting clipped on those. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna go underneath here. I'm just gonna be a pig here. I just want to see, if I can add to the position, which I can't because this thing is just too volatile for the moves. I'm looking for like a second green dot here to confirm my move. So I would need to think to close about 24, but it's not doing it for me. Now we're chopping around, can't find any direction. And I have a purple dot here now, actually. Exit. Let's do it the other way around. Let's see if this is going to work the other way. So purple dot, if I get stopped out, it just stops me out at the top, very, very small stop. If it gives me a red dot, we have continuity and I can add to it. Trying to do this in the first 10 minutes where we have tons of volatility is just not really working very well. So I'm bleeding myself out a little bit dry. But what I want to show you is that even as I'm bleeding myself out, it's very few trades for me to get back myself out. Fine. So, didn't work, right? I got bled myself out on just volatility push, but I'll look for the next setup and I'll try and get it done again. I mean, this is why I'm doing it on the eval because I'm perfectly okay drawing down $200-300 and then coming back on that. It's not something you want to experiment with on your funded accounts. Oh, look at this. Had I held it, I would have been much better off. I changed my mind too much. Market's really, really tight now. This is definitely a no-go zone. That's for 3 basis points wide. We're just chopping around. Nothing going on here. Totally choppy. Most recent swing highs in London at the 50 level. I read somewhere that the worst hour of trade is the first half hour. It's absolutely true. You see how many misfirings you have because you have very rarely do you get like pure continuity in the first half hour. And that's exactly, what's happening now. Really flat, man. Look at this. Yeah, it's really truly amateur hour. Yeah. Kathy says she did the first 30 minutes is pure amateur hour. Yeah. You know, I'm just that's why I'm using the eval to kind of do lots of fuck around trades. Matter of fact, I think probably the rule of thumb is we should just only be doing evals in the first half hour of trade. It's just like very rarely, maybe 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 trade days, you get really good signals, and it's just not worth the probabilities. Wow, look at the moving average. Moving average, literally no separation at all. This is just dead zone. This is deader than Asia right now. And that's what's so deceptive is everybody thinks, oh, New York, it's going to be lots of action. Sometimes it can be deader than Asia. Yeah, everybody K is posting the discount. Make sure you guys go get it. Let me give you the link. Make sure you guys hit the link. I actually bought a couple of new accounts yesterday that I'm going to just run in a very slow fashion up. Holy shit, man. Could this suck any worse? Ribbons, this is like literally 31, 50-point range in, you know, no time. So we tested the London low, right? London high is over here. It's interesting. If we retest this, does that mean we're going to start to, breaking a lot? I mean, markets is just sort of very, I think they sold off their negative vibes. They're just waiting to see. I think the negative attitude here you see in the markets is this growing realization that the conflict in Iran is going to take longer than people. I mean, people want everything. I think in some ways Venezuela was a was a great thing, but a terrible thing in a where it was just much simpler to execute a strategy over there versus with Iran. You're gonna have to grind them down to a much longer period of time. We do have an A2 trade here, but only 5 basis points wide. So we're gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna see if you want to run the lows here. NQ on futures is fine. In any NQ on futures is always half a point wide, and then futures you can make bid ask. So when it comes to futures, it's fine. We don't trade NQ on CFDs. All right, A2, 7 basis points wide. So we are starting to show a semblance. I have a feeling if we run, this is going to be interesting. If we run the London, New York session lows, double bottom, or we're going to crash a little further. Let's see where it goes. You're in this A2 short. Okay. You may be able to get that target to the double bottom. We'll see. There you go, Gloria. It's working for you. All right, we're at session lows. So I want to, instead of trying to sell session lows like an idiot every time, which in this case probably going to work. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. We're gonna sell the session lows as long as they hold the dot, because they are making fresh session lows here. No, I have not, Chris. It's not ready yet. 37. Go to the 700. We're going to run the 700s. All right. Be short this thing. Let's see if I get any kind of movement on the move here. Down, down, down. There we go. Come on, hit me, hit me, hit me. All right, we got some semblance of honor back a little bit. This is the real break. I guess, you know, the other thing is it's sort of interesting. The 930 probe is kind of always, the first 15 minutes is really the bullshit time, and it's worth it to have waited. Now this was a conclusive, clear break of both London, New York. So we traded the thing, and Gloria, of course, took the A2s. She really killed it over here on the move. Good for you, Gloria. Let's see what we can do next. Yep, good job, Gloria. Gloria took the. Gloria had the balls to take the trade early. Now we're starting to really, like I said, we took the 700. It was pretty obvious that they're gonna run the lows. This is just, everybody who trades momentum has a great time. With me, what I'm going to do now is just wait patiently for the reversal trade, and we may miss a couple of times, but I want to show you the whole white dot green dot reversal structure when and if it happens down the road. Now we're really opening up some selling. As I said, I think market sentiment is going to stay pretty negative. We could see 24.5 today very easily, as investors start to fear the worst. I heard some crazy stories that IRGC has a plan to send drones to LA. I mean, any kind of a state terrorist act by Iran on U.S. soil. For the first time, we have civilian combatants on enemy soil since 9/11. That's just going to, escalate things to DEFCON 5, right? So I think that's where we all have to be very careful. All right, white dot. We're just looking at dots. We're going to ignore the candle noise. In this particular case, we're just going to look at dots. This is either going to be early in a stop out or a really, really great entry on a turn trade. So because we don't know, it's just going to be one unit on this thing. All right, buy. So we're in. I'm going to stay underneath here. So the idea is, I have a white dot, green dot. I was going to add to the green dot, but sometimes, if you get the full turn, you don't get the chance to add to the green dot. And it just turned out to be a good turn. So the thing about this kind of let's take the trade early. There's three possible scenarios. The trade is so good, you make target without adding. The trade is good, but doesn't quite go to target. I mean, I think this is probably true more in the quiet sessions when you have a little volatility, because the targets that we're using are pretty narrow. So the trade is good, but doesn't quite hit the target, and it gives you a green dot, and you add, and then that's that secondary trade hits target. The trade is actually, there's four possibilities. The trade is really bad, and it just stops you out. You come in and stops you out on the short. Or the trade is initially good, but then it kind of retraces all the way back out and the worst kind of scenario where you get double stopped, which is pretty rare, but it does happen. But regardless of how it is, you see how it totally it just gives you 4 different possibilities of how to trade against it with very, very clean, precise entry structures. So in this particular case, it just simply resolved. Would I have loved to have added and made double the money? Yes, but in this kind of early volatility where you have big moves, you're not going to be able to get that. But using the dots, it just really gives you excellent possibilities. So let's put on the ORB, and this is what it's going to tell you. It's I wonder why it hasn't put on the New York ORB. I guess it's going to wait until. Let me see what it's doing. What's my New York ORB? Yeah, 8:30 to 9:30, right? Let's see if that works. Excuse me. Okay, now here we go the other way. Purple dot. Sell. I'm going to go above the purple dot, right? And just making money without trying to double. I'm trying to get the double up trade. So the good part about this is like you don't have to do a double up trade. Your initial entry is so good that you TP. You don't have to wait for the second thing. If it doesn't quite go, you can add to the idea. Just again, once we're past this grind level, you can see how these trades start really hitting and start really TPing. Now what I'm interested in is a retest of this level. Making a UE down to the retest, because I think hopefully the reversal here will be maybe a little bit more durable, or we're just really, we're going to go. This is going to be straight down. This is going to be a very, very ugly negative structure. Should have taken this short. I was debating it, but too late. I should have taken the short. This A2 was a very decent short, right? You had level 97 to all the way to target. You had plenty of room here to take this. Back to the double test. Tiny, fresh little lows. Making fresh lows. I'm waiting for another white dot, green dot combo. Because, I like to trade reversals much more than continuity. But if you guys are trading continuity, that's obviously working for you right now. Probably going to work to the 650 level. Good morning, everybody. Oh, yeah, we have Friday the 13th. Maybe this will be the good one. Got to look at it the other way, Ben. Friday the 13th, lucky day. Like people who have black cats. Does anybody have a black cat? Anybody in the room have a black cat? I'm really curious. Nobody? Does anybody have a cat? We should do a, okay, since it's kind of boring, we should do, we'll do completely nonsensical poll today. Let's do this. Let's have fun. All right, let's do this. Here's the poll. Vote for your favorite. Choose. Fresh lows, just banging away. I really wish I really wish was a better momentum trader than I am. Should have hit those. We could really hit all those fresh lows. I love Datsuns. We have, my mutt is half Datsun. Really, really great dog. Where is she? She disappeared somewhere. Oh, another A2. Wow, we are just pounding. Tested the 650, bouncing off the 650. Let's see if it wants to hold those levels for a little bit. Dog's winning by a wide margin here, guys. Okay, white dot. White dot coming up. Let's see if it wants to do anything interesting here on the white dot. I doubt this is going to be a good signal, but the beautiful part about the strategy is it doesn't have to be. It only just needs to be a good signal once every 2 or 3 times, and it makes the whole strategy really worth it. And so we never know when it's a good signal or not. We're going to try and take them. All right, white dot, buy. This is it's almost like, I should just get out. This is too tight I'm going to use this as a stop zone because the proper thing is to use this as a stop zone. Like it does, it doesn't hold the white dot, but I'm going to cheat a little bit. Use this candle as a stop zone over here. Just give myself sort of like the bottom. Is it going to test the bottom or is it going to reverse itself? Just give myself, because otherwise it's just the stop would have been one point down, would have been stopped out. I mean, this was by no means a great white dot. It's just a general idea where maybe the buyers met the sellers and we have a little bit of a pause. I think they're going to drill fresh lows. I think the bias is clearly pretty down for the day today. Cat's really bringing up the rear, guys. We got done, and unfortunately, I would have loved to have added. Okay, so here's now we have the New York ORB session, which is This is the green. This is the top. This is the mid. This is the low of the ORB. We're actually coming back into the ORB range, sort of. I mean, we can't really say we're coming back, but yeah. I mean, the only flaw with my strategy is I don't give myself enough. Like if I had, look at this move here, guys. Look at this freaking move. We could have made, 80, 70 points on this move, on the thing. And as I said, that's what makes the strategy kind of interesting. If you adapt it to bigger structures. I've sort of, I've been trading that strategy in Asia and Europe on much smaller ranges where it really, really works well in that kind of structure. On these kind of ranges, you obviously have to have probably double the target, double the stop, but that's just too much volatility for me to fuck around with. So I'm not going to do it, but you probably would get like some huge trades. You can get $300 trades probably on a single micro contract doing it this way. All right, we clearly, tested the lows of the New York ORB. Now we have that on our charts. See what happens next. Strong counter trend A2 signal here. ORB range is 174 points. That's pretty big. All right, I'm taking the A2s. Let's see if it gives me any extension. Done. So here's what I want to show you. This was the eval account. I ran this down 250 in the first 10 minutes of the show, and now I brought it back up 250. So just my point is that trading small and just trading, letting the market find its rhythm. And I didn't take a lot of. We could have had more trades. I didn't take a lot of trades. I didn't extend a lot of trades. My whole point is that trading small but sticking to your momentum ideas, it's a great way to prove this to yourself is on the eval account where you're just kind of doing this. A green otter really hates cat. Cats. Yeah, you said cat ate 3 of your birds. Cats are, by the way, I think they did this study in England where they tracked all these, street cats, and cats per pound of weight are the most vicious predator in our, urban landscape. Like they kill anything and everything 100 times over. What are some of the dogs you guys have? Cats are coming up to 29%. What are some of the dog breeds that you guys have? I have all mutts except the Pomeranian, who's just a psycho. I'm a huge believer in mixed breeds. All right, we're at mid. I'm going to go back down to one size just see if I can get white dot, green dot trades, or maybe here we go. Purple dot. Let's do this. Okay, so this is what I want to trade. So I'm trading one purple dot. I'm going to put myself above the purple dot, right? If I get a red dot, I'm supposed to add to it, assuming, you know, assuming it holds. A Border Collie Shepherd. Oh my God, that must be the most insane dog. Is she insane, Neil? Those dogs have so much energy. Boston Terrier. That's another cool breed. So I'm sorry about my pile-on trade not working because I'm hitting targets, but I'm hitting targets. That's all. Basically, we're just hitting targets. So I can't show you I guess that trade is going to have to be done in Asia because it's just the volatility in New York is big enough that like you just hit it on first target. You can't even add on to the position. All right, here's white dot. 44 seconds. If this white dot stays, we'll get in there and see if we can add to the position if it goes the other way. That's right, Gloria. I can't even show my setup because the targets are getting hit too fast. Yeah, you have to have energy walk 3 times that. Well, you know, the good thing about having that dog, Neil, is I bet she keeps you in shape. Oh, wow. That's really, really great. Neil says he does pet therapy with her at the hospital. That's wonderful. Oh, you know what okay. So the most insane breed, like I've been watching, I'm obsessed with these TikTok videos. The Belgian Malamute? No, the Belgian, what is that? What's the Belgian police dog? What is that called? Police dog. No, not the Belgian Shepherd. Malinois. The Belgian Malinois. Holy shit. These dogs are beyond insane. They're like videos of them just jumping 100 feet up in the air. If you guys ever seen these things, they're just insane. Like, all right, we're gonna watch all these videos until we see the Belgian Malinois. Never mind. All right, it's boring. I hate fucking watching YouTube stupid videos. So anyways, they're like crazy. Malinois is the craziest dog ever. No price action, so nothing to do here, guys. Compact German Shepherd. They are 10 times more crazier than a German Shepherd. Like they will, I've seen them eat concrete for fun. Here, okay, let's see if I go to YouTube, I go Belgian Malinois. Let's see if there's any, yeah, here's some shorts. Look at these dogs. Look at him. Boom. Boom. No problem. That's the Belgian Malinois. He's jumping about 5 times his height. Boom. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's have more fun. I'm just going to keep on doing this. So red dot, if you get another red dot, I'm going to add. but my stop is above here, just, because I got nothing else to do. It's kind of boring. So this whole idea of this, let's add on strength meaning momentum strength, obviously not, directional strength. All right, so here's the thing. It's 34 seconds. If it stays red dot, we would add the secondary position. Two seconds left. No dot. So no add because there's no dot. Only want to add when there's a second dot, confirmatory dot. White dot. Okay. Do I reverse it? Let's see if it, nope, doesn't hold. All right, perfect. White dot. If this holds, we go the other way. White dot on higher levels. Okay. We're in. Stop is underneath here. Give me another green dot and I will add to the position. Wow. Chris, you have like a whole, you're like Dr. Doolittle. Green dot. Okay. It's green dot, 33 seconds left. If that holds, we're going to add to that position. See if we can ride that up. $19 seconds left. Unfortunately, I hit target again. So this is like one of those things where, no, I want to wait. And after so the way to date is you probably want to target, just, if we were to play this out, say I'm in here, the target should be twice as long. I add over here, and then that whole trade becomes like a $150, $200 trade, a really, really good looking trade with very little risk. Probably that's how you want to play it. This would be your stop. And we got nothing going on over here. Might be chopping around, getting a purple here. I'm going to take it the other way around. We have a purple dot. Now I'm going to just see if I can trade it the other way. If it's going to come back down the other way. No, really, really choppy two-way trade. Yeah, well, it's really just a matter of like calibrating the strategy for the volatility of New York, which is, this strategy is really, really good for Asia and Europe, but I'm just not there with you guys. Okay, so we got stopped out on this, just a tiny clip back out the other way. By the way, that whole add here, stop here, that would have been working really, really nicely for for that continuity trade. I guess it's kind of hard to do the double add with the small scalp targets that I have. So we will just let it be. But I'm going to keep trying just because it's fun to do, and you can see that it's a strategy that's sort of very, very even keel. It really, it's so net rich in R that you can make lots of mistakes and still come out positive. Now we're just really, really doing nothing. All right, let's imagine the following. I'm just going to go short here. I'm just going to play around with this idea. I'm going to be around here. And if this stays red, I'm just going to add a secondary idea. So red dot, purple dot, red dot, double structure. We're in, total chop. We're really trying to make lemonade out of lemons here today. Okay, short. Double structure. Let me put over here. Put my stop over here. Basically, this is just showing you how to press trades with dots. I'm just pressing the trade with dots. On small size, not so much. What's 8 a.m. tomorrow, Ben? Yeah, I wouldn't do this on a funded account, astrologer, not in New York session. PCE. And there we go. See, I press the dots. See what I mean? Like astrologer, like if you're just pressing the dots, it does work itself out. Just gotta be patient and let the thing clip out. Trying to think if we want to trade tomorrow. I guess we probably should. They did extend this out to Friday, so I guess we could straddle tomorrow a little bit, right? It's one of those things where you're going to get. I guess it's worth a shot. Maybe we do trade a little bit. It's better than nothing. Better than anything else we got here. It's a lot of data, enough data here to give us a reasonable volatility shock. Yeah, maybe we'll trade tomorrow. By the way, you see how that so sort of like if you really, really want to press this trade, you go red dot, double, then you sell again because it's an A2. You just keep pressing it. It's a really, really good trade to kind of teach yourself the momentum dot trading, where you get like 3 or 4. What's happening here is you're basically getting right at greater size. So you're amplifying your P&L much more than you would the other way around. You got that A2 short too. Gloria is just trading the A2s and doing it really, really well. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. And now I'm really interested. This is a retest of the New York ORB, New York low sessions. Lots of support areas here. Let's see what happens here. Maybe they bounce a little. Maybe they bounce in front of it. If you get a white dot in front of it, a higher low white dot, I definitely want to give it a shot. Anything going on here on just news front? Let's see what do we have to say here. Oh shit, man. I can't, but they need to take him out. So they're keeping the Strait of Hormuz closed. Okay. Now it really comes down to the Strait of Hormuz. That's really where it comes down. There's a Twitter handle, but no audio and video, reinforcing doubts as to whether the Mujahid is seriously injured. Reminder, Taliban issued messages on behalf of Mullah Omar for years after his death. The first message from Imam, the leader of the Islamic, will be published in minutes. Okay, so, yeah, maybe he is dead. Interesting. Yeah, oil is really pressing. Where are we on oil today? White dot. Let's trade. Let's not play geopolitics experts. Leave it to CENTCOM to do its thing. Okay, white dot. 36 seconds left. Let's see if the white dot holds. Basically in front of the ORB low. I'm going to wait till the candle closes because this is too close to, yeah, see? Lost the white dot, so not a trade. I knew it was going to be when it gets that close, you don't want to fool around. All right, let me see what where's oil? Oil is 95. That's pretty ugly. Up $8. Oil is really, really up. Yeah, oil is just having a massive issue. Yeah, oil looks bad. Ooh. See if we find a little bit of support here. Honestly, the bias is very clearly very negative, right? We're below the mid, below all the moving averages. Trend is really nice and strong, 42 basis point separation. So the reversal trades, you take them with a grain of salt. But we are getting a white dot. Okay, big run, big run, big run. Oh, God, I wish we had that trade earlier, right? Look at that move run. Jesus. That was a 30-point sweep up to the upside. Thirty seconds left. Again, I'm going to wait till the candle closes before I commit to this trade because I want to make sure that it actually stays a white dot. Oops. Oh, yeah, let's go. All right, buy. Going to hold just maybe one candle behind because it's a very, very tight stop. And again, let's see if I can get, almost no way I'm going to be able to add to the green dot, but we're just taking an early turn here. Let's see if it's going to work. I'm going to reverse myself the other way, which I'm probably going to just catch myself into a double loop trade, but that's fine. Again, I'm trading small, just doing nothing because we don't have any really great signals. But the white dot failed legitimately. Purple dot came on. So if this is going to be just up, down, so what? We'll just get a little bit clipped out. If there's true, genuine direction now, we can add to this direction. All right, I'm adding to this direction. And we actually got filled on more orders. So I'm just going to take more profit. And, just you see, I'm building the profit by adding to that direction a little bit. It's by no means a truly cool thing to show in New York where the volatility is so strong. But even with just small adds of P&L, you see how quickly the P&L can grow, right? Basically, I flipped to plus $300 positive in the last 30 minutes. I went from 24,750 to 2550, $300, right? Just on adding to the dots when I had it, and also being super flexible. So you saw me. The white dot signal failed. The purple dot came on. I was like, boom, we're going the other way. If I get whipsawed, I get whipsawed. When you're trading that small, you don't give a shit. But when you're right, the growth just becomes exponentially larger, right? And actually, just for shits and giggles, let's look at this. Let's just look at I just want to show you, because this is really just to demonstrate to you the impact on equity. This is what, it's one of the things that I really want to talk to you about in coaching today, but just kind of the impact on equity. This is, which account is this? This 91. So let's go. Let's see how this looks. You see how, we take all the way down, and then we just rebuild that move really, really quickly, all with very small trades, just a whole bunch of small trades, right? You see how, look at this. All of these trades just go boom, 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 boom. You're just rebuilding them so fast. And your net P&L becomes very, very accretive quickly. All right, fresh session lows to the 600. I think we might go to 500 today. Oh man, it's 10:30, guys. Jeez, like that was a super fast hour and a half. I didn't even know we were like at time already. Wow. So the poll today, dogs take it 77-23 against cats. Oh, you know what we had here? Oh, I totally forgot. Look at what we have here. Let's have one last fun thing. Okay, so I want to show you what we have here. I don't know, you know, this is session lows, so it's probably a dangerous trade. But what I want to show you is this is the ORB break trade. So for those of you guys, there's just so many different trade opportunities for us. Let me show you what we have here, how that works. The ORB break trade is breaks the low end, and then you have a red dot. Now the red dot here is enormous, so the confirmatory signal almost has all the profit in it. So that's why I'm like very dubious it's going to be a good signal. But the structure is very clear. You break you close below the red line or at the red line, and then you confirm with a red dot. You have strong conviction that there's going to be some continuity, generally. With one exception being that this is such a massively large candle. This thing broke 56 to, this is a $40 candle. So a lot of the profit may already be in the trade, but we'll take whatever we can get. We'll take 20 more points. We'll take this. You see? So many different ways to make money. That's all I'm basically saying. As long as you're comfortable getting clipped out, you know, a few times, because you know there's going to be 5 or 6 more new trades where you can make up, we have opportunities to make money. As long as you don't feel like there is a finite amount of money that you can, you know, there's only a finite amount of trades, finite amount of setups. There is a million setups. That's the beautiful thing about dots. It's an abundance of setups. And your main job is just not give a shit about the nicks and cuts of the losses and just focus on the next reasonable setup. There is the break of range. There is the A2. There is, you know, the white dot, green dot pylon setup. There is the red dot, green dot at session high setups. So you have so many different setups here that it's just an abundance of riches. You know, it really is an abundance of riches, an embarrassment of riches. You know, so we're hitting fresh lows. I got to go to the doctor because I have like some kind of a sciatica thing that happened this week, which is my daughter's week of bat mitzvah, and I can barely walk. So I'm gonna have to go get a cortisone shot, just like a pro football player, and try to, you know, work in pain. So the wifey's already texting me to go. So I got to run, guys. But actually, it was a really fun session. We did a ton of trades. And as I said, the run today was actually positive $350 from the lows, which is like I always love doing that much more than just the straight up wins. It is the true success of a trading strategy is the ability to come back from losses. Anybody can hit wins. The ability to come back from losses is the true success of a trading strategy. So that's really, really cool. Aim small, miss small, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh, is that from the Patriot, Gloria? Exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, stretch. Yes, exactly. Thanks, guys. Everybody have a great day. I'll see everybody in coaching. For those of you guys that want coaching, here's the link to coaching. Let me give you all the links before everybody goes. So here's the link to coaching. Here's the link for newbies that want to learn about dots and get all sorts of goodies. And here is the link to Apex for all the really super cheap accounts. That's, I need to get a fucking tennis ball. Yes, Nadine, you're absolutely right. That was Claude's recommendation. I can't, I need a, like, there's no, I can't, I got to go find a sporting goods store that has tennis balls. Yes. That's probably going to be the best advice. That's what I really, really need. All right. Everybody have a great day. We have a white dot coming up here. Maybe that'll be a trade for you guys on the way out. I'll see you guys, everybody, tonight for coaching. And tomorrow we're going to trade 8 o'clock. We're going to do the event trading. All right. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you guys later.